Hi everybody, this is Samir from 3dinstitute.com, and today I will try to do something new for myself as well, but although I was trying this um, before. So in general, what I would like to do is maybe just have a human head here for the beginning, and we want to just analyze the history of kind of thought, you know. And the thing is that for this video, the kind of base is a book by the Professor Bulent Goskan, Professor Dr. Bulent Goskan. He is a dean of the philosophy department at the Mimar Sinan University of Fine Arts in Istanbul, and the the idea is, I mean, this is already something that's common, and it's even the beginning of the book and a kind of explanation of the book's topic, which is about Kant, and it's Kant's umbrella, yeah, and it talks about, you know, some umbrella as a framework, as a collection, and yeah, it's more as a framework in under which other ideas can be placed or mapped in a way. So I will just try to draw this part which is inside as um, different branches of this Kant's umbrella. And before Kant, there was the other umbrella, the umbrella of Aristoteles and the Plato. And let's say that this umbrella was somewhere here. And the umbrella of Aristotle and Plato held and produced, inspired, uh, and mapped. It's the ontology in this way, in this sense of Kant and Aristotle and Plato. The the thing is that these umbrellas, are the ways of seeing, of understanding the world. So what's present in Aristotle and Plato and throughout 2,000 years of, in general, Western thought, but if we take the imperialist period and domination of the Western civilizations, Roman Empire and so on, we can just say that this is a predominant thought, also in the sense of what the science and the technology which emerged from these ideas. So first conception was that, I think this is maybe called like this object-oriented ontology, in the sense that Aristotle and Plato looked at the sun and, you know, and thought of the god, but I will not try to draw it, and some just like clouds or something, and I don't know, cosmos and the stars, and the constellations and the rotations and everything. So they kind of saw it as they exist in themselves, and there was this, let's say, this transcendence. That's the transcendence of the thought. They look at the sun and they think of the sun as the sun being there, but and 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 the thing is that what happens with Kant is that he understood that these ideas of God, of you know these things of thunder, let's say, yeah, of drought, of flood, of great years, of wealth, of some repetitions in nature. It's just the problem is that the until maybe 50 or 100 years ago, our predecessors lived like very different way of life, but this way of life was based and somewhat the same through like more than 1,000 or 2,000 years, in the sense of communication and walking and information traveling and these kind of things. Only in the last like century, let's say, and especially nowadays, and as days are going, and the competition, on the global market, in like every day pushing the boundaries in all directions. So there is a huge switch. So the perception of the world is somewhat different when you live on foot, for example, through all your life, and you daily have to walk miles and miles. But I mean, every philosophical discussion tends to digress in something else, so I will really try to be very concise from now on, and we can just maybe discuss other topics in other videos. So what Kant understands is that there is ground, where these ideas are preconceived, a kind of a priori of existence. It's like maybe the main object being there, like the possibility of the question: is there God? Is there God? Or like, is there a thing? But maybe this is not a good question, philosophically. Is there the, invisible world? Invisible world, like ungraspable by any philosophy, or I don't know. I mean, it is like the question itself is hard. I mean, to pose, but you see this possibility for myself to ask these questions and formulate them and think about them. It's actually that Kant understands that this already is a part of me. It's not that there is something, and then I create relationship, but first there is something in me which is then reflected on the outside. you know and from Kant, then we have this point of Descartes, who says cogito ergo sum. So it's not even the let's say the present ideas or the preconceptions of our existence, some of some a priori existence within us, or condition for existence, if it's obligatory. But Descartes says the very possibility, the very action of thinking means that this is me. This is, the thinking part determines the thing. The way I'm thinking about something is what is determined of it and myself. And so it's more about the action itself, the process of making connections or understanding, or so. And with Heidegger there is this I think in this like, let's say, inclination of in within the history of thought, which is inevitably evolution in terms of progress, because which can be only seen through technological or scientific improvements. This is the correlation of philosophy to the world in general. So the explications or implications of the progress within like the way of thinking, this is actually, this is the what we are looking at. This is a frame, another let's say a historical perspective of what's going on and is happening, I think, right now. So what we have is Heidegger, Mr. Martin Heidegger, with time, being and time. And this is really, I mean, amazing work. And it is the research. These guys were like willed to do, and the fact that they understood each other for like 2000 years. They understood each other ideas. They reinterpreted them, but the general message is like clear to each of them. And the 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 thing that they survived, all of them, and are remembered as somewhat important, means that they are kind of right and accurate, and they follow the line. They it's not just, this is normal. Not, we have a lifetime, each of us, and we have some capacity, and we push some ideas forward, and then if they're right, they will remain in time. They will not be abandoned or disapproved. So the thing is that there is some kind of, let's say, accuracy or honesty or truth, or it's so many concepts needs to be always like cleared, but still, again, the message may be more important if some if when if someone is interested in knowledge. It is, I understand, maybe I don't know how well I am in terms of animating you with this video to make you like entertained, but this is not the point at all. And only people who really want to know or understand or learn will, I don't know, follow, because what I can only give you is like honesty. And this is exactly what this is going on. And in the work of being in time, the Heidegger actually puts all our psychology, our psychology, as uh, r- running away from now. And there is this notion of now, that's shared now for me and you. But now this, like, this YouTube For example, what's going on is interesting. For me, this exact moment is now, you know. But then goes now, 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 now. And you are now watching so many nows. I don't know how many nows. I don't know because some people will jump here or some people will go here and start and now you're seeing this now. But the now that you are seeing right now is actually here because it's always here. And you are now unauthentic. You are being here, you know? And what Heidegger says is that if you are being here, now watching this video, if you are being here, then you are not here. Then you're not yourself. I mean, you are not authentic in your, in your being, because you can just, I mean, we can all understand that, and like, I mean, me and you, and we can always come back maybe to this, to a one big now that we are now. Who is alive is just, we are all now present, and from now on, we can just maybe go further and whatever. So either I'm here, either I'm looking at the sun, so I'm in the sun, This is me, I'm here. This is what Heidegger saying in his book. This is not me, I will just tell you maybe in the next video. But so there is this unauthentic and authentic being. And these are unauthentic, and the only authentic is here. It's like to face inwards, to face yourself, to face your now and what you are just right now. But now and now and now, and what, because some of your memories will be lost in this now, not lost, but pushed forward. In this now, you will just hear some very scary noise and you will be scared. And then, like, it will create some unpleasant nows. And it's always, so the Heidegger, again, I mean, is saying that, each now is undeniably authentic and, unpredictable and can carry, I don't know, I mean, any kind of event. And so it's like it has its nature, and the fact that we can perceive it in this way and that we can discuss about its nature tells about its nature, tells it about its relationship with logic, because okay, of course, the world, the existence, it cannot be reduced to now, because it is not reduced to now. We have a world which is not always new in every now, but it has a potential for like it can kind of have, every now has infinite potential for new. So kind of a now and the new in a way coincide, but this is all, this all what I'm saying is a subject of a serious book. But until it comes to book, I think it's just not worth it when we have maybe this kind of method. I don't know how you will find this, although I try to make these things, I don't like colors and stuff, so everything should be simple, true, and honest. When, I mean, in general, yeah, why not? So, and this is, being honest to oneself is the condition to even enter the doors of ontology, because one needs to accept that actually, if we want to be, I want to be absolutely honest, is that in every now, I'm reduced, with if I reduce everything in each now for what I possess, actually only is memories and knowledge, because it comes back to the thing that omnia mea mecum porto, so what all this thinking and um, kind of evolution says that everything is in our heads. I mean, it's just saying that, and that every I mean, kind of every problem or every situation is a creation of our mind, and it's just about our attitude and will to, how we treat what occurs in front of us. So now, new, now, no, 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 you are now, I don't know, now I'm here talking now, and you are also here. So you are following second by second this distance, which was not here, but this distance, which was at the beginning here. Now we are, so, but the big now, like the now, the your now, because you will be after, we'll watch after definitely. So everybody, this big now will always have a different, presence. Each viewer, like new viewer will encounter this big now, the one that writes the history. It's like, the earthquake device measurement. You have a needle, and then there is this track of paper. The track of paper. Oh, the track of paper. It's just that, using this. I'm very new still, and I don't actually use much for this for drawing, just for this kind of explanations. So this is the track, and this is now, and this is now, and it's just moving. And in this moment now, it will be different each time. But my now, when I'm recording this, is it's fixed, and it will be, yeah, it's fixed. Okay, so we are just maybe. Oh, maybe I can take another layer. Layers and close this one. So maybe coming back to the head in a way a bit bigger, just to have more space inside, because we are moving now. This process is moving inside of the head, inside of us. Okay. I should look a bit like some Greek philosopher. A silhouette of it, of course. No. So we are now, and so I have to write this being and time. So what Heidegger, and he raised the point to understand that that because of the nature of time, and because of the way we conceive and feel our existence, uh, the very being, if we have this, let's say, idea of tennis, you know, it doesn't look like anything like tennis, like racket, I wanted to say. Okay, it's like an idea about the racket, and we have we have something that it's with the relationship with the big now, you know, that goes and goes and goes and just done stuff. And in a second, we think about the racket, and he said, and we are we in this second we don't have this connection with now. Okay, so let's just not to make mess. So here is one, and here is two, and then here is three. So we were not ourselves in this now. This is what he says that, and this is time, and this is also time, and our being, our existence, is time. It's just there is no time somewhere else, you know. And I think I want to draw some circle, and if we have a clock, you know, that's showing us time, we the actually we are here. When we look at the clock, we are here. You know, we are the thing that show us or point us to give us a signal, you know. And so this is a little bit goes it takes more like definitions and discussion, but I will try to now try to say why what I think uh, can improve this idea of Heidegger, because what he did at the end, he said that he returned that this now, he explained, you know, he explained, he went back to Kant, and he said that, you know, this now, as some other people, you know, we have some other people here, we want to meet them, you know, we want to greet them. Where are you? You know, like, we don't want to wait. We can be on time, and we each of us can be on time, you know. It's just these kind of things. So we all share some common time, and what he understood again as this common time, that you know, it's just sun and stars and constellations and these preconceived ideas of maybe some rotations and movements. And he gives example, you know, if you want to, this doesn't, this Heidegger doesn't recognize that when you look at the clock that you are there. This is the position of being. And when you look at the shadow clock, he talks about shadows, but he also doesn't understand that in this kind of clock, uh, the shadow, you are being the shadow. You're being the you're actually taking the shape of the shadow. I mean, the position, in a way, the position itself. I mean, so this is again another need for discussion, but let's skip it for now. So the body, yeah. So what I think he missed is that the the being, the being which he, I mean, the being. This is the being is the construction of this now and this directness. You know, each of us has its authentic now, and each of this now has a capacity to become something. So it's now plus, it's like a vector of now. Each of us is a vector of now, and then we just move here or move here or move here or move here, move here, here, 3D space. Yeah. And so this is the being. And this movement, this being, yeah, see, I'm here, I'm thinking about this, or I'm thinking about just now. I can think about now. I can think about the nature of now. I can think, so I can be here. There's like, it's also evident. Or I can, because this is the trick that, in order to enter ontology, one needs to be uh, aware of kind of our non-existence within that world, in the sense. Uh, and that's why, I mean, I read something from, it seems like David Hume, but I'm not sure because it's like internet PDF. But it's about honesty in philosophy, and if anybody knows anything about someone who did about honesty, not the truth, but the honesty, because honesty is an attribute required maybe for the like to reach the truth. And so what he sees here is that this movement, this being, it is time, but he fails to recognize that there is a body, related to this being, which also relates to time, not in maybe the very traditional sense of sun and uh, moon, but actually it does in sense of sleeping, because we sleep, we have like day and night, we have this is, I mean, it's not like because there is sun and because the sun moves in this way that we actually okay, we're gonna sleep. Maybe we would have like enough energy for 3 days or something, or whatever. But the thing is that we have this necessity to sleep, and we will die if we not sleep. And then if we have studies of how many hours you need to sleep, and everything, it kind of depends of your performance and your everything. So this is one rhythm, it's like one mechanism which has maybe just two. And then in the next case we have the breathing, let's say, the inhale and the exhale. And this is like maybe the big one with much, I'm not, I know, I have, I mean, greetings to my friend Edmund, Mr. Hayek, my mentor, from time before, and just, I was, there is a video Robra, and he did the machine. Although I had an honor to be part of, to help him build it and partially design it. So it was 10 years ago in Warsaw, ASK program at Politechnika Warszawska. So I mean, just big greetings for you, Mr. Edmond. And yeah, this is the breathing, so and then this, when it goes like maybe thousands of breaths, and then we go to sleep, and then thousands of breaths, and we go wake up, and so on and so on. And then I don't know, okay, we have a heartbeat, like a heartbeat, and this one is also, it has its rhythm. And so it's a topic to discuss about these rhythms, but these are all kind of times, representations of time. And the this being, just it has a body, this being as time has a body, and so it has to be body and time, body and time. And yeah, I think at the end we can have say body, time, being. We can say that all this is kind of not equal in the sense the same, but uh, it's they're not the same things, but they are somewhat they make up the totality. I think they make up the totality, and I mean this I, this I, the conception of my existence, the possibility uh, tr- to to reduce myself to pure feeling of being present and existing now, and having this now as the beginning of whatever will come, what may come after, and understanding that I have memories and memories being carried, some are lost, some are present. I have some visions to the future. There are knowledge, there is false information, there is so this the nature of now is very, very, I don't know, interesting in the least possible way. Mm, and it just it the the appearance of it, the presence of it, each presence, authenticity of it, which it brings, it's it always gives still infinite in terms of possibility to understand it and interpret it and go for it. But it is very important, I think, to not forget that body, that our body, our physical body. I mean, I don't. It's. I know this is somewhat going, including body in traditional sense, goes outside of the kind of ontological framework. But let's say that this body, it's not the very physical body, but the body in terms of the signal, in terms of k, lock, yeah, or clock, in terms of sound, you know, and this body is the signal is can be then reproduced into into the, let's say, organism, into the body, but the now corresponds with the signal, it has a signal, it has its body, kind of, it is it is represented. It's always represented. Time is always represented, and time is the body in now, and this opens another discussion about space and time. And there is a oops, I don't know, something, space and time. So exactly what happened now was that this pencil was moving now, and its location was now there. So the location is the time in when it's now. When it's not, when it's past, and it continued to go this way, but then this here, but now we are here with the now, and or clock or sod or some sound or signal. This here is some. It remains as a point in space and time as a coordinate as a in a coordinate system. It can be described if measured from then. But in now, the space and time and being kind of coexist, let's say. And maybe, yeah, this is the beginning of this the we I think this is coming back to Kant and understand coming back to the Kant in terms of having these basic ideas, basic preconceptions, basic a priori conceptions, but through the perspective of the body as really, I mean, it must not be denied when conceiving anything, because the body is uh, the body is still a part of being, and it's just I mean, the brain produces the think I mean, the think, maybe it doesn't happen in brain, I don't know, maybe it's just now I'm just trying to say that the the way we are in terms of our bodies and metabolisms and anatomy and physiology and all this cannot be just abandoned and just excluded from like fundamental thinking about the being, the being. So yes, maybe again, the what Kant did in these terms of seeing that there are fundamental processes and ideas that are uh, grounded within our existence. Maybe we will always come back to that, but we will just maybe try. And the thing is to find the proper correlation and understanding between the things. And if it's the difference if we say time and now, so it's time, it's another concept from now maybe, and it just requires the requires learning and research. And what I think also, maybe this time, this is a new time, and instead of for me it's like more just instead of writing about all this and I don't know, exploring it by myself and writing something determinative, I would rather do something like this, which is kind of an open concept, which can be commented and tested immediately and reflected within the like community, the global, the internet community, the forums, the groups, philosophical, I don't know, people who are enthusiasts about this, and little by little, with just this is the idea is just to have some to improve ourselves from understanding things in a proper way. This is the only reason and cause for doing and it requires the belief that this kind of working, this kind of learning, I mean, trying to find the basic kind of elements of our being in the generic terms and the terms that it's present within all the humankind, and that we all share so many things together. So there is this generic moment when it comes to human being, but still the authenticity of now and unpredictability. So to confront the coexistence of different natures, let's say. And so this whole my conclusion is that I it's kind of I am the clock in now. I am the clock in not the, even yes. I am the clock in general terms. Yeah, but if I think about my heart, yeah, I mean, if this is a conception of heart, I am here, you know, in what's indicating. I don't know if there is some number or something, or in general, I want to say when I am indicating, you know, I am the indicator on the clock. You know, I show the position. I tell the time, you know. So this will conclude this try. Hopefully you will give likes and subscribes, and it's 3D Institute.com. So check it out. I mean, and yeah, thank you.